Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for August 12th, 13th, and 14th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, a couple of things. This is just the introduction. It will be on all the videos. So if you're new here, then just go down to the timestamp where it says Crosswatchers, and then the timestamp, and you can bypass the introduction. I hope you listen and watch at least one time. Now, the other thing is I've been playing with my sound again, so let's see if this works. How's that? Okay, anyway, you know that this is the weekend, so I am using my decks. I am using my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards. I am also using my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will pull one from my over here, Emily Anderson Crystal deck. Now, for the overview, for the introduction, what's going on in the world, I am using my Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Colette Baron Reed The Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and I've infused all the decks with Reiki energy. But remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. I open myself to the Spirit of God, Holy Spirit, Source, whoever that is to you, and just let the words flow. Okay, so a couple of things before we do this. You know that I'm always going to go through the just what's going on in the stars, because, you know, we were told to watch the heavens, watch the universe, watch the stars. Now, you know the 11th at, 9:35 p.m. is that full moon. And, you know, so this is that time to release, relinquish, and request. And release what's holding you back, relinquish what you don't need anymore, and request the good stuff. Then what we're going to be doing is we'll be going into the 12th, 13th, 14th. And yes, you could still be doing this 3 days before, the day of, and the 3 days after that full moon. And then it becomes the waning moon. And as it wanes, it gets smaller. And as it gets smaller and smaller, and it leads to that new moon. But that's a little bit down the road, 2 weeks down the road. Anyway, that's when you do a lot of releasing, when it's waning. However, we're still in that time period. Now, we've also had the Lion's Gate. Now, I have heard that the Lion's Gate portal closes. I've heard on the 11th, but I've also heard on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. So we still have a lot of that metaphysical energy going on, especially with that portal energy. So, lots of things were conjuncting and squaring with that full moon. You know, we had Uranus squaring, we had Saturn conjuncting, and then there was also some that were joining it, some were, conjuncting and sextiling and opposing. So those are all very strong energies for this 11th. So again, you know, 3 days before, 3 days after. I like to see it more around the day before, the day of, and the day after, but it's really strong stuff. And, you know, the fact that Leo, the planets that were in Leo were opposing and squaring with Aquarius, because Aquarius and Leo usually can partner very well together. But there's a little bit of an irritation there. There's a little bit of an irritation. So we will see what we will see around those dates. The 14th, we jump to the 14th now, and we have Mars in Taurus, and that's trining Pluto, which is retrograde, in Capricorn. Both of those are at 26 degrees. Trining is a very positive. They're really working together. Mars is the god of war, the planet of war, the energy of war, also Aries energy. Pluto is about destruction and transformation. And, you know, Taurus and Capricorn, both of these are earth energy. So the 14th could have some very interesting revelations, interesting news happening. So then we also have on the 14th, we have the Leo, the sun in Leo, opposing Saturn, which is retrograde at in Aquarius. Now they're a little bit off. The sun's 20 degrees, while Saturn is 24 degrees. So that's an interesting little thing. But remember, Saturn in Aquarius, I've been saying it since it went there. It is all about truth versus illusion, lies versus truth, reality versus, you know, what is really real, what is it that we believe it to be real. So now Leo is very, likes to think of themselves, or likes to think of Leo as very open and very honest. So now we have the sun and we have Saturn. They're both opposing each other. Again, what does that mean? It could, again, revelations, things coming out, things that we might not even have been aware of. So the 14th, so the 11th, important energies, very strong energies, very digging things up energies. The 14th has a continuation, but it's pulled in some different planets. Well, Leo, well, they've made different types of arrangements, okay? So it's kind of like, well, if you don't see it this way, well, let's try to work this out, and maybe you need to see it from a different point of view, okay? So interesting. We'll see what happens. I know that the Lionsgate has been very transformational, so we will just see what we will see. Anyway, let's go on. And again, if you want to bypass, just go down and, click on the timestamp. I'll put that in there. Also, too, take a moment, like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. Lots of likes helps to get the algorithms things and lets the videos be seen. Okay, let's see what we've got here. To higher power. What's going on in the world that we need to know about, or you want to share, or how do you want to work this out? How's that? Let's see. Here we go. Now 3 cards. We'll put them down. Here we are. First card. Okay, now this is reversed. Reversed has a little stronger energy to me. Some people will read it as the opposite, but I just look at it as very stronger energies. Now, we have a 4. So we have a 4 of Pentacles. 4 is stability, organization. It's also leadership energy. It's very stable type of energy. However, this is our money energy. This is giving, receiving. This is what, with this card itself, this is keep your money close at hand and watch your money. I'm getting, a lot of times the 4 of Pentacles, the 4 of Earth, because this is an Earth energy. This is Capricorn, Taurus. Yeah, we have Capricorn and Taurus doing stuff right now. And it's also Virgo. Virgo's going to be joining the party soon enough. But there's a lot of reciprocity. There's a lot of giving and receiving. Sometimes this is giving and receiving of your own nature. I am getting the watch your money. Watch your money. Watch what's happening with the money. Watch what, and I don't necessarily, feel that it's so much the protection of money as much as it is the just follow the money. Follow the money energy here. Now this king sits there and has the money under his feet. He's holding the money and the money is crowning him. So this is important for him. He also has a very protective stance, or no, he's not standing, a protective way of, maintaining the money. So again, there's a lot of follow the money type of energy with this 4 of Pentacles. Your next card is, so now again, reversed. We have the 8 of Swords. Now, Swords energy is our Aquarius. We have Aquarius opposing Leo right now. It is also our Gemini, and it's our Libra. It is about thoughts, processes, hearing news. It's about, making plans. Now, the 8 of Swords. 8 is unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. But in this picture, the woman looks like she is actually, and this is a feminine energy, she looks like she is being held where she's at. She's got, she's standing in some water, so the water in itself may be a little slippery. I'm kind of feeling like she's worried about falling in the mud. At the same time, there are swords that are, are they guarding her? Are they keeping her in? Are they keeping her from the castle? The interesting thing about it, so we have 3 on one side, we have 5 on the other. 3 swords, the number 3 usually is about celebration. It's also about creativity. But then we have the 5 swords, and 5 is about change. Interesting part, the woman doesn't move. She's standing there. She looks bounded. She looks like she's got, these not ropes per se, but these cloths that are holding her back. She does have the ability to move. However, I feel like she's a little bit on the slippery slope. I feel like she's a little bit afraid to move because she doesn't quite know what's underneath her feet. And I always get different vibes from the cards. It could be the same card. I could read this the next time and say, oh, you're going to escape. Well, all of this is about feeling, this is basically feeling trapped. This is feeling like you can't move. However, all she really has to do is, well, we don't know. We don't know. Is her hands behind her bound? But because all she really has to do is have some trust, and she has to wiggle herself free. But we don't really know what's going on in the background. She could possibly kind of wiggle her head out. So in some ways she is trapped, and in some ways she really can break free. And there is, there is a way out of this. Except, again, we don't know how tightly her hands behind her are bound. So she might just feel, so this is all about illusion of being trapped. This is all illusion about, I can't make my move. I can't do anything about it. Again, so this is follow the money. Are we feeling trapped? Are we feeling like we really can't do anything? There's an illusion to this, but there's also a reality to it. We don't know how bound her hands behind her are. Next card is, interesting with that. So now we have a court card, but again, it is all reversed. And this is a 20. So it's a 2 tens. Tens are transitional energies. So 1 new beginning, 0 is God's source energy. So we have a 2 and we have a 0. 0, again, God's source energy. Now we also have 2s, which are crossroads, decisions. It's which way do we want to go? It's also coming together. Now, Judgment card, Major Arcana, Judgment card comes before the world says everything is done and good job. This is where we really look at things very carefully. We have to take responsibility for what we've done, for our part. And yet at the same time, once we do take that responsibility, we are now free to move forward. So here she is, she's bound up. She is kind of like, what can I really do? Well, look and see, what part did you play? And it doesn't mean, I'm not doing this as a personal reading. I'm doing this as a universal world reading. what part did we collectively, or what did the world collectively play? And, where are we going to, we have to look at things honestly if we want to move forward, okay? But this does show moving forward energy. This is definitely, we're a little bit stuck, but once we look at things and we really, and again, who is we? The world, the universe. It just means that there is an opportunity to get out of whatever this is, okay? Okay, so now 2 cards. Well, let's go and do the Colette Baron read, because 2 energies we didn't read. One is our fire or rods energy, or wands energy, and that is our Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, passionate, burning, and determined. And we did not look at our Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, which is our water energy. And that is that's very spiritual. That's very, it flows. It's romantic. It's also, just very emotional energy too. So let's see what we have going on here with okay, there we go. Well, that's very interesting, and that is, a lot of this is confirmation, because we have that 4 of earth energy again. We have the 4 of pentacles energy here. And again, it is about, it does have the watching, the control, the follow the money. So we may feel trapped. There is something moving. We're going to be, we have to look at it. We have to face it. We can move on to something more positive. Remember, the World card follows this, meaning, hey, there's so much more to happen. We're just at a little bit of a stalemate. We're a little bit stuck here. So now be honest, move forward. But again, the 4 of earth is validation for the 4 of pentacles. And again, I'm getting that watch the money, follow the money. There's a little bit of being careful with the money, but at the same time, there's reciprocity with the money. So let's see what this all means. Let me know, please, because, let me know what you read into these. Let me know what you're reading, because I hear so many people, they say, okay, I see it this way too. If it's reaching you, the message gets delivered. we will see what we will see. Okay, take a moment again to like, share, subscribe, click on that bell for notification, and we will then start our readings now. Hello, my Scorpios, and how are you doing, my darlings? Oh, my goodness. Pluto's doing some work. So some burdens could be lifted off of your shoulders soon enough. This weekend, maybe. Because Pluto and Scorpio are like this. So just be careful that you don't overplay your hand, okay? Don't know what that's all about, but don't overplay your hand. Just watch. But two cards have fallen out, the King of Fire and the King of, the Page of that, and Unity. Okay, so these are cards that have fallen out. Nothing is reversed. Okay, King of Fire, Page of Fire, Unity. Now, let's go back and talk about them a little bit. The kings and pages, all the court cards have underlying energy. So now, King's underlying energy is our air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. Thought process is making some plans, thinking things through, okay, hearing news. Now, the thing about the fire energy is our Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Leo and Aries are they're having some real interesting energies right now with Aquarius. Very interesting. Okay, so the King of Fire is someone that says you need to, and I can kind of tell with all of this going on, because that Unity is the Hierophant energy here. There is a government or a religious type of component here, rules and regulations. So I'm kind of feeling like with this, the King of Fire looks at the bigger picture. The King of Fire can look backward and forward and at the present. Fire energy, he's very charismatic. He likes to get things done, but he wants to get it done the way he wants to get it done, okay? So you have to really be a little careful with what you're looking at, especially I'm looking at that Unity card right over there, and it's kind of like the King of Fire is feeling like he doesn't want to necessarily follow the rules and regulations. He doesn't want to do it the way it's traditionally done, okay? So there's something going on with this fire energy. So we have the Page of Fire. Page's underlying energy is Earth. Earth is our Capricorn and our Taurus and our Virgo. Capricorn and Taurus, again, has some, there's a little bit of a conflict going on with all of these energies between Aries and Leo. Leo is opposing and squaring a lot of this stuff, a lot of this Earth energy here too. Also the same with the Aquarius energy. So there is this, I want to do it my way, and I don't necessarily want to listen to how it's supposed to be done. But the thing about the King and Page of Fire is they're still very optimistic. They're very much, well, you know what? We're gonna do it this way, and I will know that by doing it this way that I was true to myself also. So remember, fire does have that passion, does have that charisma, does have the the commitment. So there's something going on with this King and this Page. So Kings, look at the big picture, leave the little details to others. However, with this, there's, again, that Unity card. I wish I hadn't seen the Unity card, but I've seen it. I can't unsee it. So with the Unity card, we have a 5. 5 is change, positive, negative. Unity, Hierophant, is trying to stick together, is trying to stick with the plan, trying to stick with these changes at the same time. Hierophant, the rules, regulations, business rules, religious rules, very constricting, very tight, kind of wanting, saying, no, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't do this. And then we have this King of Fire and Page are going, oh, yes, we can, and we're going to do it. So let's see, not quite sure where we're going to go with any of these, who and what is going to win on this. I don't even know. Is this a battle? Is this something? Is this versus? Is this the King and Page versus Unity? Or is it that they're breaking away? They're doing what was not expected. They're doing what was not, was not within those rules. Again, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that they're hard and fast rules, but they're traditional rules. This is the way it's always done. This is the way you're supposed to do it. But the king and page of fire are like, no, hey, that's the past. That's the past. We have to make some changes. We have to make some new rules. We have to do things a little differently. We have to think bigger. This is very narrow. This is very constricted energy. This is very, we need to think bigger energy. So something goes on this weekend where it's kind of like, you're pushing the boundaries, you're pushing away maybe from the traditional, and you're doing, what is it? You're doing the unexpected. How's that? Oh, my Scorpios, please let me know what this is all about. Motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. I do feel like the King of Fire wants to grow, and wants more. Again, there's a breakaway from this. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. So you might want to get a mentor to kind of learn you might want to bring someone in if you don't have this expertise on how to circumvent some of these things. Okay? Anyway, Page of Fire. Outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. So something is coming, something is new. You have to, and you're going to have to figure out how to do it and yet not be constricted, okay, with the rules and regulations. I don't know. Anyway, Unity, Archangel Sandalphon, believed to have been Elijah. Elijah, in some ways, even though he had God's total backing, some ways he was a scaredy cat. It's kind of like, yeah, I know, but it's still, I have to live in this earth, okay? Traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded friends. But the thing about Elijah, he was transformed and carried into the heavens, so he did not die. So, whether or not you're afraid or not afraid, it doesn't, things can definitely happen. Anyway, so there's something going on here. Again, there's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of, I want this. Again, what does it say? Communicate, be a leader, communicate with vision, see the whole big picture, news of an exciting, something new happening that you're going to hear about. Again, there's something. Now, this could also be an anchor. Maybe the timing is off on this. Maybe this is, again, as an example, a new job and they want you to start on Monday. Yet at the same time, you're in you're presently employed at someplace you've been there for a while, and you've got to give 2 weeks notice. So that could be even that type. So there is some confliction here, but this is so exciting. This is so like, oh my gosh, let's go for this. Yes, let's go for this. Anyway, let's see. Higher power. What else do we want to say for my Scorpios here? So there's a little conflict, but again, the King of Fire and Page of Fire, they really they really have an excitement to them. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Moving on. So you have a 6. This would be your 6 of air. Air energy again. We talk about what that is. This is going from the dark to the light. Things are changing for you. It could also be a new mindset. It could be that you yourself are seeing things clearer too. Okay? You have your compass. Now you have your guide. You have the thing that's bringing you to that next. Again, I did think you needed to have someone to help you navigate. And that, to me, I'm being pulled towards that compass. Navigate, through that, through the fire. Navigate through the darkness, bringing you to that light. Again, tell me what this unity is about. Tell me what it's all about. Just because, Hierophant, not necessarily my positive, not necessarily, usually very constricted. Or maybe it's just even that your time is so constricted. You have like a moment. Like you have a moment and you have to make your decision. Anyway, I've been doing this now for the other readings. I had bought this from Amazon. It was cheap, and I put it in my cart, and then it went cheaper, and I said, oh, I should buy it. Like $6-7, I think. Angels of Abundance, Doreen Virtue, and Grant Virtue. I'm not sure if she still endorses these or not, But I thought, I like these. They felt good, so I'm going to buy them, and I did. So we're going to see what they are. These are from Angels. These are angel cards. Again, angels, what do you have for our Scorpios? What's all this mess about? What's the conflict? What's the choices here? It does have a good ending. It does have a good, things do move. Things are moving for you. But what do we have? These are very encouraging cards too, and I like that. Angels for my Scorpios. Okay. Clearing debts. Who got this? Gemini got this. Gemini got this recently, and I know it because it's a new deck, so I should be getting a lot of repeats on it. But Gemini, so if you have any look at your chart, your natal chart. If you have Gemini, you might want to take a look at it. Clearing debts. Okay, now you can't read this because it's so tiny, but I will read this for you. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. So that kind of makes sense with this, because this is very, debt can be very limiting. Okay? Oh, here we go. One other card. What crystal or energy would be good for my Scorpios? Let's see, my Scorpios. What would be good for my Scorpios? Here we go. And I could see, if you're clearing debt, I could see where you could be released, where that's a release from that. Okay, not reversed. Pyrite. I think they got the same card too. Good change of fortune, success, renewed focus, leadership. That's just odd when they come up. So yeah, if you have any Gemini, I think they got those last two cards. Anyway, my Scorpios, take a moment, please. Breathe through this. It looks like something's opening for you, something's moving away for you, something's clearing your way, clearing your debt, maybe. Take a moment, please, to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. It really does help, so thank you. As always, my Scorpios, most importantly, know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.